Alright, so I am back. Now I've turned down the PC audio because, yeah, as I was told in the chat before, that when the game audio starts you can't hear me talking over the top. Apologise for that, but I didn't really have much to say other than it was pretty groovy. So now what I want to do is I want to bring in a new character now. I've brought in my models and I've actually done a little cheat because I've had it in another project where I've had to rework the model. I've done it that many times that it just becomes like an hour in itself just to try and get everything tweaked the way I want it. This allows me to have these characters which I can bring in here. Excuse me. So this is a character that I got in here. You can see there's all the little gizmos. I'm just going to turn that off. Pretty groovy guy, but all of his little flaps and dangly bits and all that sort of stuff will bounce around in the way that they should. Takes a lot of playing around with this dynamic bone stuff to get it to sit right, but otherwise that's what we need for now. So I'm now going to use this character and bring it into the RPG character, RPGB character, which we can find if we go through Blink, Tools, Builder, Characters, and Character here. I think that's it. Yeah, Character Human Male, is it? Yep, that's the one. So you can see now we've got that, and we need to swap him over into this spot here. Alright, so according to the video, it is pretty easy to do, but let's just have a look.
Mail here, already did it, and of course you also drag your own prefab, whatever prefab it is from any pack you want to use. Now I'm going to go ahead and select buff, right click and unpack prefabs. Now we can fully edit them, modify them, and
Alright, yeah, so we want to do the unpack. So if I've got this actually has the top level stuff that I need, doesn't it? Yeah, so I do actually need to keep all this information here pass through, but underneath I've got that which can actually be taken out. So if we go prefab and unpack completely, prefab, unpack completely, and that should be what he wants. So he's got here armature, we need to get rid of that, so we can delete that, that's fine. Meshes, accessories, body customization, yeah, we want to get rid of that. Armors as well, get rid of that. Ground indicator we obviously leave as it is. Now he wants the rig, which is the meta rig that we've got here underneath the armature parent, which is that. And then I think he said reset.
Sure now, what is it? Legs and things like this. And the last one, so usually wood, rig, and as you can see, he's taking a nap, but yeah, we can't really see our character. So let's make sure that this character prefab is now. I'm going to take those and drag and drop them inside the meshes. Turn to right click and reset the transform. Now I'm going to do this.
Yep, so reset under the armature thing, that's fine. Right click and reset. Oh god, I don't like the look of that.
Same thing for the meshes here, and I'm going to be looking for things like body and armor part, my bad, and I'm going to take those and drag and drop them inside the meshes. Right click, reset as well, so everything is done.
Alright, so now we get this stuff. Drag it underneath meshes, and then we reset. Oh, it's not working out the way that I was thinking it was going to work out. Look out. Oh, what's the spine doing? I don't know if I want to reset that, because that's the root and that's the spine. So that should be good to go, but for some reason that's not liking it. Well, we'll see how we go anyway. It's not quite working out the way that it did in his video, so that's alright. We'll find out what's going on there. So now my transfer mail, this actually does need to come across. We can get rid of, well, I'm not going to get rid of the animator just yet because I want to click on the modular mail avatar. Need to come up here, we need to find our, see all the missing transforms for the different things, yep. Human male character avatar, now we want to change that to modular male avatar. Controller essentials, that's in the controller because that's this object itself. If I go, I can't select this, can I? No, it doesn't want me to select it, that's alright. If we go back to characters here, what I'm actually going to do is I'll drag this into a new one. I'm going to go to change the name, human male new. Should not be looking like that, it shouldn't. But how can we fix it? Let's go up and around. Alright, you know what, that'll do. Let's just hope that that's fine. Let's go overrides, yep, meta rig transform, let's just apply that, so we've got that, and he's in a alright standing position. Now yeah, we do need these scripts on our character, so I need to At the very least, pop that up in here. Cannot be moved, cannot be removed. Oh, that's right. So I've got to, sorry, unpack completely again just to make sure that it's in there. And then, oh, okay, hang on. I'll remove that for now. Missing animator. We can actually just drag that in. So I wonder how this is going to work now that it's not the parent of those. Alright, let's give this a try. You know what, I'm actually going to delete that, delete only, and I'll rename it here just so that it's new. There we go. Alright, now take him out of the scene. Let's see what happens when we do this. I got a feeling that this is not going to work as well as I want. Let's bring up the RPG Builder menu. Something I forgot to go through before when we're on. Yep. No, I wanted to actually drag it down here. Alright, character, human, base info, genders. Yep, so that's where we need to drop this in here. Chuck him in there. Don't need to update any of the animators because that's all fine. And now I do need to save this before we go out of there, so that's alright. So let's go back to our main menu. We're just not going to save the edits that we made, so let's have a look. Let's see what happens now when I play. If we go continue, yes, our guy's in there. Bob is ready to go. And look at that, he's working good. He's got a jiggly hat. Got some balls over there. Well, that went a lot better than I was expecting it to, so that's alright. I was worried that we were going to have a couple of issues there, but we didn't. So my character's like that. If I jump, look at his hat. Look at his hat. His clothes could use a little bit of work, but they're going alright for now. If we go sidestepping, wouldn't mind actually changing the shaders on him though, because he's looking a little bit too flat shaded against the rest of the backdrop. But we have my new characters working to a degree. He looks better in the sunlight too. That's good to see. This is my dude, nothing's actually broken on him or going crazy. And you can see we don't have the axes on him like we would hope. But what happens if I do... Go away. Take all. Alright, now I'm going to just try... Oh yeah, so that still comes out because that's from the base object. It hasn't actually changed. So what we need to do is we need to set up so that the weapons will come from his hands, as well as any kind of fireball type spell or whatever comes through. And I believe we can set that up in that menu that we were looking at before. So let me go to here. So yeah, right hand combat, right hand rest. So weapon slots for the axe, the bow, and the staff. Right, okay, cool. Armature references, yeah, armature parent, armor pieces, yeah, okay, so that's where we're going to have some issues when we have to modify some things in, which I'll do offline and then I'll explain them on there. So sockets where we want projectiles to hit. Okay, so if we actually have a look at this guy, let's open him up. Chest M, so we want projectiles to aim at his chest, yep. Joint item R. So what's that? So that's down on the wrist and in the hand, so that's like, yeah, where you can hold an item on the right hand and then hold it on the left, I'd assume is the other one. We got joint item L, yeah, alright, fair enough. So we just need to put those in on our character. So if we go here, we can have the chest, where was that? So projectile hit, we want that to aim at the chest, which is for us, say spine 3, sounds good. So that's what we want it to aim for, and then projectile 1's going to come from the hand. So we go to our hand here and we want to create, if we can shrink those up, let's go create empty, and we want joint, joint L hand. Can't remember what he called them in the other one, but we'll just call it that for now, it's fine. Where is our joint left hand? So we want it to actually probably sit bit further down in the hand, because where it's sitting there doesn't really look like the way that we want it to. I am still broadcasting. Yes, good. Alright, cool. So I'm going to bring that down here. Yeah, look, that's roughly where the fireball would come out from, I guess. We want to do the same for the right hand, so let's go like that. Oh, there's equipped item, right. When did I have that in there? Oh, okay, I've actually got a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'm going to delete that because we don't have those weapons in there, so that's fine. And then create empty and joint hand. And then we want to, let's drop that down, move it around a little bit, probably there. Alright, so now if we go here and let's go joint right hand, projectile, ooh, hang on, which one does it go to? So look, so character 1 has got, so projectile 1 is on the right and projectile 2 on the left. Okay. Joint left hand and then joint right hand. Excellent. Alright, so now when we do stuff, that will actually be better. Now, right hand combat transform, let's click on this guy, joint item, yep, so he does the same thing, yep, cool, okay. So here we can actually just use that, joint right hand, where are we? Joint right hand, and then joint left hand, and then out of combat it will pretty much disappear. So let's give that a go now that we've saved that. And let's see what happens when we have our items. So we go continue, we go play. Now if I go 1, no, it's actually popping them out still. What is the deal there? Definitely got them equipped, so that's alright. What about if we... Is there anything in the console? No, alright, let's figure out why that is. Maybe we do need the other section. So if we go character, let's open him back up again. Now let's create, we've got our spine, pelvis, oh yeah, we've got an attached bone. That's not really ideal though, so let's, there is a number 2, pelvis left, pelvis right, no, spine 1, spine 2. So let's go from spine 2 and let's add in 2 more slots. So we're going to go create empty and go joint attach left, and then we can duplicate that to joint attach right. Let's go with, oops, so that's his left hand side, and then around to the right hand side. And let's go with that for now, and we'll see whether that gives us a little, hang on, did that not save when I did it? Because now they're not there. Maybe that's why it wasn't popping up, because I didn't do it properly. Alright, joint attach left. Oh, hang on, we got, here you go, here's a little issue here. Left hand combat, left hand combat. I think that's meant to be left hand rest. So that's the rest point. And then that's the rest point. And then we need the hands again, which was, oops, down here. Joint right hand, and then joint left hand. Now, did that actually save? Yes, it did. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's try that. Ah, there we go. So you can see now they've actually appeared on the character, which is good. That's in the rest state. Obviously they need to be fiddled around with because they're not quite in the right spot. But now we go 1, and yeah, again with that, so they're going to have to actually be rotated to suit everything. So how to do that easily? Let's just bring up this. Let's go pause, find where my character is. Human character, yep. Now we want to, where are we? Arch parent. Yep, meta rig, spine. We want to find those attachments. Was it spine 2? Yes, it was. Good. Great. Let's go. This is really hard to see with the number of hidden objects. Why can't I? Like, why have I got this grid? Can I turn that off? There we go. Alright. So, now, this is the left side one. So let's rotate this till we get it to the right spot that we want it to be. It's really doing me a dirty here. Alright. And then we're going to need to move it. Let's see, how does that look? It looks somewhat better. Could probably sit a little bit lower though. Why does it feel like it's not aligned? What have I got up here? Toggle handle position, tool handle rotation, set to world or whatever. Or item. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, right, somewhat better there. So now we need to, oops, copy. Oh, really? It wants me to do it that way? That's a fucking weird thing. Unity 2021. Like, I get it, but damn. So we're going to just have to do that manually for each one. So if I go here now, I can actually, during the thing, do that. Oh, that's actually good. So that is a good thing there. All right, so then paste component values. All right, so that's now moved. And if I click back, it should save it. Now if I go to, where are we, join attach right, we do the same thing here. So because I'm changing the prefab down here, that's not actually an instance, it will save it to the main thing that I was trying to save it to, which is good. It means that I don't have to stop play and start play each time to fix each individual piece. Now that's actually not too bad, but it's not as pointing up as the other one was. So but we might want it to sit just a little bit higher, but not out that far from the body. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, I like that to do. Alright. And then what we do is we're going to copy that. Copy the component. We're going to open this guy up. We're going to find our joint right. Where was it? Spline 3. Joint attach right. There we are. Paste component values, and then we're going to back out, and it should automatically save him like that, which is good. Now what we need to do is get to the actual combat. There we go. Now we've stopped him while he's in there, and you can see that that's clearly not where we want him to be, so that's fine. So let's open up our spines. We've got our right shoulder and joint right hand. All right, so this needs to be not from the center, but from the pivot. That's why it was going off so weird before. Okay. That was my bad, I didn't look at that. So yeah, essentially you can, like, oh, I want to rotate it from the center of the object, or I want to rotate it from the pivot. You always want to rotate it from the pivot, because when you're spawning and despawning things, the pivot's where it's going to be. Keep it local as well, so that we're actually moving it in relation to where it's supposed to be in the parent object, which is the hand. It's going to need to be rotated out a little bit more like this, isn't it? It's hard to tell with these outlines on. How do I switch those outlines off? Selection outline. There we go. Alright, so now there. Yeah, I think that's nice. Alright, so let's go copy component. Let's find our joint right hand on this guy. Joint right hand. And whoops, paste component values. Good. Alright, now we go to our other hand. Oops, joint left hand, and then we're going to have to do the same little spinny aroundy. Hopefully I'm spinning it in the correct directions. And again, we're in pivot and local. you know what, that's good enough. Oh, no, it's not. Come on, let's change him down a little. And yeah, that'll do for that. All right, so now we want to copy that. Copy the component, and then we're going to open up our other brother. And we're going to paste the component values there. All right, now we can save that, and we come back through. Now I don't know whether it's carried over. Oh, it has. Okay, excellent. So now it is reading off that prefab for that. If I hit 1 again, the axes are in the right spot in the hand. So there we go, we've solved that axe issue. Bonk. Sick. Alright, that's awesome. So we've got that going. What else will we need to do with our character? Oh, okay, so next we're going to need to start figuring out how to get the items and whatnot to switch over. So now if I go here, if I put those on, you see nothing's really changing on the character. If that's what you want to do for your game, that's cool. You don't need to change your character's mesh, but I'm going to want to. And in order to do that with the character that I've got, it's going to be quite fiddly, and I do have to have like a bridge script to talk between the two scripts that are going through. So yeah, I will do that offline because that's going to take me a little bit of tinkering around, and I'd rather actually just sort of showcase how to do it properly as opposed to 6 hours of slamming my head against the desk trying to figure it out. So I'll be back on much later with the next part of the script, and then I'll show you guys how I've set it up and how to outline it, and I'll show you what the result is, and then from there we'll be able to start moving on to doing some more of the cool stuff and exploring a bit more of RPG Builder. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and to this morning's broadcast. I hope you found it a little bit enlightening in some sense, and yeah, look forward to doing the rest in the future.